Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
You are welcome again. This time around, we are going to look at the basic concepts of GIS. The basic concepts of GIS. When we started this subject, I told us that the introduction of GIS has given life to this subject called geography, because this is a new trend, and for you to understand GIS as part of this subject, you must know your computer. You must be well informed about the use of computer, because when we are talking about GIS, what is the full meaning of GIS? It is geographic information system. Geographic information system. That is GIS. It can also be called as geospatial information studies. I write it very boldly for you to see it. You can call it GIS, you can call it Geographic Information System, you can call it Geospatial Information Studies. What again? GIS. Let's look at what GIS is all about. Let's look at definition. Definition of GIS. Geographic Information System. GIS can be defined as a system. It's a system. That is why I told us that for you to understand this topic, you must, it's a must. You have to know your computer very well. It's a system design. It's a system designed to what? To capture. A system designed to capture, number one, store. Number two, manipulate. Number three, analyze. And present all geographic data. All geographic data. So when we are talking about GIS, Geospatial Information Studies, what are we talking about? It's a system designed to capture. When you capture an information, you store it. When you store it, you manipulate it. When you manipulate it, you analyze, you manage and present all these geographic data. By the time you are doing this, what we are doing is nothing but GIS, or Geographic Information System. There is a difference between Geographic Information System and remote sensing. When we are talking about GIS, we are talking about the analysis of geospatial data collected from different sources, imputed into computer system. Then you manipulate, analyze, and present this data out for final consumption. Then what you are doing is what we call GIS. GIS provides spatial data entry management and retrieval and analysis. You provide entry management and also provide the retrieval. Then let's look at the uses of GIS. Uses of GIS. At your level, what we want to establish is the definition. The definition of GIS. Then we now talk about the uses, the definition of GIS and the uses of GIS. What are the uses? Number one, GIS is used for planning purpose. We can use GIS for planning. Number two, you can use it for engineering. Number three, you can use it for what? You can use it for monitoring disaster. Number four, what do you use GIS for? You use GIS for telecommunication. So these are the few that I can list for now. The uses of what? The uses of geographic information system. Now let's look at there are some terms that we must explain. Number one, you look at geodata. Geodata. Geodata can be defined as a group. A group of what? A group of data. A group of data which can be collated, analyzed in order to generate some basic geographical information. A group of data which you can collate, you can analyze, so that you can generate some basic information. So that is what we mean by geodata or geographic data. Then how can you get them? You can get them from either line rivers, you can line rail, you can like points of maybe settlements. You can get it from points of boreholes and so on and so forth. And you can even get from field work. Field work. We are talking about geodata now. How do you get them? Line rivers, line rails, point of settlement, point of boreholes, field work. You can even get it from survey works. All these are the data that when you collate them, analyze and manipulate them, it can generate a good geographical information so that you can sell it out to the final consumer. Now let's look at application of GIS. Application of GIS. You can apply GIS in city planning. City planning. We can also apply GIS in monitoring disaster, as I said earlier. Even in environmental assessment. Even in health delivery, we need GIS. So these are some of the areas. We have many of them as we proceed. In the next class, that is SS2, we are still going to come across, but at this point we are doing the peripheral introduction of GIS. Now, let's look at the component of GIS. As I told us, you cannot understand GIS very well if you don't know how to operate computer, because when we talk about manipulation, analyzing to generate geodata information, these are not done manually, they are done using computer system. So you cannot, but know how to operate computer for you to enjoy this topic. Then what are the components of GIS? The components of GIS are divided into two. We have the hardwares and we have the softwares. The softwares are those programs that are designed for the manipulation, for the analysis, and for all the information that you needed to generate using this geodata geodata. You see, you have to make a program create a program for it. Then when we talk about the hardwares, these are the component of computer: the digitizer, the printer, the scanner, the monitor, the mouse, the keyboard, all these, the screen, the monitor. All these are what we call the hardware component. Combine both the hardware and the software, and also the human management, the human aspect of it, because all this has to be operated by man and human, and also the methodology involved in analyzing, assessing this information also goes away. So in our level, what we did is just to know the definition, know the uses, know the application, and know the component. By the time we get to SS2, we are going to look more detail in geographic information system.